This center is also infinite, automatic. There is no center now. Now that is all God all about, cosmos all about. Now we are talking about a two-dimensional structure here. Imagine a kind of a rather three-dimensional space. Now when it comes to a human being, the nature of the spirit, yes, the circumference is infinite, but the center is rooted in at the core of the human being. That is usually our Sanskrit texts say that it is located at the heart region. That's why when we say, when we talk to people, someone is not behaving properly, we say, no comment, hey, have you a heart here? You see, that is the idea behind it. Heart is the main, where the flame of the soul is located. So if that be the case, the consciousness is located in the core of the human being. Now what is happening after that to it? This is the crucial thing. The immediate thing which happens to it is, it is surrounded by a kind of thin layer known as the absolute kind of a bliss. But then bliss is also energy, mind you. Bliss is also energy. I have written it in my book also. In the very beginning itself, I have written about it in the form of a poem rather. Bliss is also nothing but energy. And it is, the soul is surrounded by it. That's the first envelope, the infinite spirit. Yes, it now starts experiencing that bliss. Now, over that is what is the first things created are intellect and egoism. Intellect and egoism are the things which are created around that infinite bliss. Egoism is created, mind you, and they are both co-located here. Along with this intellect, which we in modern parlance you can call it subconscious mind, for lack of better terminology I am using the word. There is also a storehouse, data storehouse. Data storage, or rather it's a storehouse of all your karmic deeds which you managed to accumulate at precisely the point when you died in the previous birth. At that point of time, whatever the karma which has been committed by a person, all those sensual impressions, all the karmic deeds, those memories, everything is now carried forward and then stored at this particular subconscious mind. So these are the three things there. One is the egoism, one is the intellect, one is the karmic storehouse. Now based on the karmic storehouse is your intellect and the egoism. With the karmas accumulated by that guy, let's say are so egoistic in nature, now obviously he will now take birth with a boosted up ego and all that. Egoism will be very boosted up. Or maybe he will have a very calm ego, subdued ego. So the egoism, the kind of egoism with which he is going to be born, is a projection of that karma only, with which he has carried forward from the past. Now comes to the intellect. Intellect, some are, we say that some are dull, some are and all that. Some are sharp, some have got beautiful fake mind and all that. Because that is also a projection of that data which has been carried forward. So this intellect and egoism, the first layer, which has the second layer, you can say that, which has been formed around the spirit, is a direct projection of the karma which has been carried forward from the past. Now the second layer is over. Then you have the next, the third layer. I am summing it up fast so that we don't have much time. The third layer over it is nothing but the mind stuff. I am using the word mind stuff, conscious mind stuff. Why I am saying that mind stuff is, it has composed of so many other things. It is not mainly the conscious mind which is there located. The mind is, it has got the capability to undergo modifications. Means like that matter you can take into any shape, into 9 different categories. 9 different categories of human emotions. They have been categorized. The mind is capable of entering into any of the modification. I am using the word modification because that's the correct word. Now we all must be hearing about the Navaras. We call it when an actor is very achieved very excellent. We say that he is Navaras, Natana, Sarvabhauma and all that. Keep using the titles because of that. Now, along with this, the capability to undergo into the 9 modifications, the mind has got there is something else which is also co-located with that. Is called the free will. The ability to exercise the free will. This is like the transmission system in an automobile. It will come later on. And then along with that, there are 10 things more attached to the mind. That is basically the 5 sensory organs, sensory points, and also the 5 organs of matter, elements, earth, fire, element, and all that. This
backbenchers questions అడగొచ్చా?
Yeah, you can ask later on.
The 5 sensory.
Just imagine yourself. Now, we have come to the 3 layers now. 3 layers have already been formed now. One is the state of bliss. Above is the intellect and the egoism. And the third is the mind, basically. And the next state is what we call it as the sheet of life force. A kind of you can imagine a life force, that force because of which your lungs move and because of which all the creatures are alive. It's a kind of invisible force, call it pran, that's what they call it. And that pran is the one which envelops the spirit overall and all that. And now mind you, before the final layer is formed, that is the body of flesh and blood and all that, gross body, that is made of 5 elements, right? This body is already formed, and this body of pran, this is where these have got 4 layers. I told you, this is the 4th layer, right? Bliss is the first layer, mind, egoism is the 2nd layer, mind is the 3rd layer, and the 4th layer is the life force. Up to this is, we call it a subtle body. That means any person when he dies, he quits the gross body of flesh and blood. Rest 4 layers are intact. They are not going. You are not going anywhere. Now, what these 4 life forces they manage? They also manage to. There are broadly divided into 5 functions, major functions, and 5 minor functions. And out of the 5 major functions, after your common sense, you will be able to easily grasp this thing. One function is it gives that ability to breathe, or rather, the life force. This itself also called life force. Operates in the upper portion. And the second portion is which throws away everything. That is tries to go down. And these 2 forces, they keep pulling at each other in opposite directions. As long as they both are pulling at each other in opposite directions, the creature lives. The breathing process goes on. The moment if they happen to go in one direction, either death occurs or moksha occurs. Right? That we'll talk much later on. So besides these 5 forces, there are 3 more forces. One such force is responsible for ensuring that a human being